Havertz is the sort of player can finish. He's obviously got incredible quality, but is he going to be consistent? He's going to be ruthless in front of net. That is a big question for Germany, in a side that really historically have had wonderful finishers up top. If there's any criticism or weakness against the German side, is this: they lack that in this edition of the World Cup 26.
Yes, there isn't a Klose or a Klinsmann or a Bierhoff.
They're all in the house.
Yeah, well, they are. Yes, they'll be having a look at this game, and they do have a striker who's had a wonderful season in Dennis Undav on the bench, but it's the sort of almost false nine formation that's worked well for them so well in match day one. I have a terrific talent. Sometimes people aren't quite sure where to put him in a footballing lineup. Well, that's right. And one thing about this German side, as we know, is that they have a number of weapons that can hurt you. Notice the defensive structure of the side is strong, but the attacking on set pieces is really brilliant from the Germans as well. So they can hurt you in many different ways, and they hope that they can mix the goals around and be successful with that without an out-and-out striker, if you like. Very early goals and extremely late goals have been a bit of a theme of late at these finals. So we'll have to be on our toes from the off and until the very end too. Just a few days ago we were here witnessing Ghana grab victory against Panama with very close to the final kick of the game. Germany stepping forward here with Schlotterbeck looking for Leroy Sané, one of the more experienced in the German ranks. Back to Joshua Kimmich, the captain of the side. Picked up 2 assists in the matchday 1 victory over Curacao. Pavlovic, who was key to just keeping everything ticking in the middle of the park in that game. Here come Cote d'Ivoire with Bonny. Diomande ruffling some feathers a moment ago to set them on their way. Here he is again, with options aplenty gathering in the middle. And it wouldn't quite squirm to anyone in Ivory Coast colours.
The coach is doing it.
Advantage played, it bounces away from Musiala and all the way back to Yaya Fofana in the Cote d'Ivoire goal. Already an example at either end of the attacking prowess that we should see plenty of today.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that, but we know that obviously Cote d'Ivoire, when we talk about their defensive solidarity, it's quite something. 10 World Cup qualifying games, not a single goal conceded. Fofana in goal. The coach holds him in high regards as one of the all-time 11 African players. That gives you an idea how good a goalkeeper Fofana is.
You mentioned such a remarkable rate of defensive play in qualifying. We're so strong at the back. They've got a fair few who can cause trouble going forward, as we're seeing in these early moments. Although the offside flag there will prevent them from having a corner. Well, you have to keep an eye on this guy, Jan Diomande.
Oh, he's brilliant. He just needs a half a yard trying to pick out somebody making a run in the box. There was a couple bodies in there for Cote d'Ivoire. But the pace and strength is certainly evident.
Just for a moment he was sort of holding his groin area there, but then went down and has tweaked the ankle perhaps, so we'll keep an eye on him to just run the rule over his welfare in the coming moments. Not quite moving at 100%, as that is belted away by Yaya Fofana. Doesn't look totally happy. He's the kind of player, though, who in a game can seemingly be drifting around and then suddenly can produce something spectacular. Cote d'Ivoire did not concede a goal, as you say, in their 10 qualifying matches. They play as a back four, sometimes a back three. Helped out by a dogged, disciplined defensive midfield setup as well. Germany may have to be patient to break this side down. Back to Schlotterbeck, who scored his first international goal on match day 1. Back here to Manuel Neuer. Today's his 21st World Cup appearance, the most of any goalkeeper. A player who wasn't involved in qualifying because he hung up his international gloves before being tempted out of retirement for the finals.
What is this?
Ivory Fofana suddenly looked up and saw Kai Havertz closing him down. So important that a side as talented as Germany marry up the ability with the intensity required against a side like this. Bonnie without much support here, so he's going to travel with it himself. Helped out now by Diomande, who somehow squeezed through a gap that didn't seem to be there. Bonnie's ball in, collected by Kessier. That is loose, and is Germany's as a result. Musiala able to go through the gears, slotting it through to someone else who can shift in. Leroy Sané. He scored 3 times in his last 6 caps as well. The former Manchester City winger. His trade in Galatasaray these days in Turkey.
You would have thought that there's certainly some suggestions when he made the move to Galatasaray that may be at the end of his international career, but he had an absolutely outstanding season. And here he is, performing well with Germany.
It's Diomande. Just now taking it on and tangling with Felix Metscher. Always hard to get past in that German midfield. Hard to stop when he has a go at goal, by the way, as well, as you could see against Curacao. Scored a super opener, his 2nd international goal, the other one coming in the Nations League away draw against Hungary a good 18 months or so ago. German throw, despite the Côte d'Ivoire protests. Here's Nathaniel Brown. With a roll for Havertz, who tried the little deft touch, which was just deflected away from Florian Wirtz. He's worked hard to win it back. Pavlovic. Touched on by Metscher. In by Kimmich.
Oh!
And the header is levered away by Ivory Fofana. Kai Havertz showing his physical presence in the air.
What a wonderful ball in to Havertz. It did both of the... Gets on the end of it, gets it front off the shoulder of the defender, gets a decent header down. The goalkeeper's backpedaling a bit, so it makes it a little bit more difficult for Fofana to make the save. If it was right in the corner, I don't think he would have got it.
4 goals in his last 3 caps for Kai Havertz, including a couple in the last game. Didn't play in qualifying at all due to injury. There is a knock here for Nico Schlotterbeck.
Here's another look at the header. Brilliantly done. Comes off his shoulder a little bit. Fools the goalkeeper. You just see as he backpedals. Can't get quite the spring on it. Takes no chances. Trying to hold on to it. Palms it to safety.
Both attempts in the match so far have come from Kai Havertz. This one just 12 seconds in. Maybe frustrated he perhaps didn't do better with that one. As Musiala is sent crashing to the ground.
Lauderbeck is definitely struggling. Shake off that knock.
Last thing he wants at the moment is the ball, but he has it. Deciding not to do anything too clever with it.
He's not at all happy at the moment.
Now he has some defensive work to ponder. Diamande running at Kimmich, looking for support, which he gets. And they have plenty forward here. On the strike was fearsome. It was Wilfried Singo who put plenty behind that.
Yeah, does he ever? I mean, it's a really good strike. He hits it well. He's blocked by the Germans as they close down, but that little bit of half space, half yard, was able to get on the end of it. Really nice strike. Decent challenges. Well, that's Schlotterbeck, is it? That's when he might have picked up that knock. Still trying to shake that off.
Carrying on for now, as indeed are Germany here with Pavlovic. On from Wirtz. Sane now. Mecha. Schlotterbeck getting involved. Musiala once again. Jonathan Tah. Schlotterbeck for Kai Havertz. He's looking to score in 4 successive German appearances for the first time today. Will come into these finals relatively fresh because of an injury-punctuated season. You can look at that 2 ways, I guess. Perhaps the fitness isn't quite there, but the freshness will be, as long as he is fully fit to play.
Yeah, exactly. He played 12 games in the end for Arsenal at the end of the season, but from springtime on, he was fit. So I think that take that in the ladder that he should be sharp and ready to go. And a lot of these players have played an awful lot of league football, big matches as well. Obviously, with Havertz and Arsenal making it right to the Champions League final.
Diamande giving chase, and for once his first touch lets him down. And by the way he is taking the tape off, you wonder if Germany might have to take him off. Nico Schlotterbeck still seemingly in some distress. Played a couple of times at the last World Cup. 90 minutes in the group stage defeat against Japan, a few minutes as a substitute in the draw against Spain. And he's had his best scoring season in his domestic campaign. 5 goals for Borussia Dortmund, his previous best campaign. The 4 goals. Germany send out a couple of very able replacements in Antonio Rudiger and Waldemar Anton to warm up in case he is unable to carry on. Just looked like that ankle took a bit of a jarring in that coming together.
Yeah, they haven't made a decision as of yet on him. The shot of Rudi Völler.
Yes, part of the German hierarchy these days, technical director.
Legend.
As a player, he represented his country, either West Germany or the unified Germany, in 3 World Cups, 3 European Championships, played in 2 consecutive World Cup finals. Ironically, both against Argentina, scoring from the bench in defeat in Mexico '86, winning as a starter in Italia '90, and someone you've come up against in the past.
That's right, yeah, he's one of his goals internationally was a friendly prior to the '94 World Cup. Scored late in that game, I remember it well. In fact, I got his jersey. Maybe I should try to get it signed later.
Pavlovic has just dropped back into that German backline in the absence of Schlotterbeck, who looks like he's going to give it a go. And he's allowed back on the field. Diomande, first time looking for Ghislain Konin. And Schlotterbeck returns. Little grimace.
It's the World Cup. You do not want to come off if this is absolutely necessary. So he's going to give it a few minutes to see how he manages on that left ankle.
Takes his place in a Germany side which has won their last 10 matches across all competitions coming into today. Their best such run since 12 victories in a row in the late 70s, early 80s. Genuine feeling that they are part of the World Cup winning conversation.
Rossi.
As they go forward here looking for Havertz and Sané. Daniel Brown, someone to watch on that Germany left-hand side, scoring his first senior international goal and picking up an assist on match day 1. Just turned 23 as well in the last few days. Pavlovic. Taken down beautifully. And fired narrowly wide by Jamal Musiala, who is so dangerous in that kind of position.
They had some decent looks already, Germany. Good ball possession, good movement, good control of the ball. Gets a half a step here on the Côte d'Ivoire defenders and gets a decent shot in that wasn't far off that post of Fofana.
Thumbs up all round. Very nearly nestling in the bottom corner. Another player who played no part in qualifying, Jamal Musiala, because he was out with a broken leg and dislocated ankle sustained at the Club World Cup last summer. Turned to action in January after just short of 200 days on the sidelines. With his first 90 minutes in March, so another player who's up to speed by now, but relatively fresh, and certainly showed against Curacao. Côte d'Ivoire wanting a free kick, but it's a German throw-in instead, as Bonny is told to get to his feet. Pavlovic back to Tar. He has it again from Kimmich. Schlotterbeck. Pace picked up for Nathaniel Brown to try and slot it through, but it's alert goalkeeping from Fofana.
That means doing what they are here for. They are doing it. That is why we are here. Watch good football.
Côte d'Ivoire have never progressed beyond the group stages at a FIFA World Cup. They're playing at their 4th edition of the finals, their first since 2014. Also taking part in 2006 and 2010. Their 10 qualifiers ended up in 8 victories and just 1 defeat. Well, 8 victories and 2 draws, I should say, in qualifying. Unbeaten side and didn't concede either.
Cross.
Standing up to the early German pressure well here.
Cross!
Pass a little loose. Mexican hit them. He well and truly can hit them, and maybe the deflection saved Cote d'Ivoire on that occasion.
Yeah, closed down very quickly, as we've seen in many occasions already in this match as well. I mentioned with a decent strike. Wins a corner for Germany.
Corner, which is going to be taken by Nathaniel Brown. He makes a signal that his teammates will understand in terms of what's coming next. He missed with the ball over. Fofana's lost it. It's Pavlovic who's with him, and it's given as a goal.
How is that giving us a goal?
Or is it?
It can't be a goal. No.
I think it might actually be a case of the goalkeeper being bailed out here.
For real? It's not a goal. They jumped the
I'm going to be
goalkeeper.
honest with
How
you,
can
from
you
the
give
first
that
sight of
as a
that,
goal?
I just think that's poor goalkeeping. He needs to be much stronger than that, Dave. I think that it's a decent ball in for sure, and I think it's just a challenge against the goalkeeper.
He jumped the
Against
goalkeeper.
Pavlovic.
That
very,
cannot
very
be a
difficult
goal.
one.
Bro, it's
Goalkeepers
not a
are
goal.
well protected, as we know, and as a former goalkeeper, I have to say that I would find myself in a fortunate position if that was given a foul.
Well, I think had it gone in, it would have been an own goal by Fofana rather than an international goal for Pavlovic.
Yeah, for a goalkeeper that's highly rated, his body shape and his way he's dealt with that has to be better. The balance and his center of gravity was in all the wrong positions to be able to deal with that properly.
Now the referee here just making sure that Cote d'Ivoire players don't take it upon themselves here to have a hydration break of their own or take on any tactical nous from Emos Faye, because of course in this edition of the World Cup finals, if a goalkeeper is treated, it is not meant to be seen as a signal for everyone to have a break. Just to make sure that injuries are genuine, which I think maybe on this case there was a knock for Fofana to deal with. But Pavlovic still asking the question about how that isn't a German opener.
Of course, all in the interpretation of the referee. I was watching the assistant, didn't look as though he gave the call, and it was a kind of a strange decision by the referee. He actually pointed, it looked as though it was a goal that he was giving, but as it turns out, a foul against the goalkeeper for Fofana.
Early warning for the African sides. Kimmich is it back from Pavlovic. Schlotterbeck seems to be okay now after that knock to the ankle. Meche. Sané.
Come on, come on.
Find that half a
Oh,
yard
bro,
for a
you good.
cross. Pavlovic with a touch which gives
Aye.
a bit of extra work to
come.
do, and finally gives Neuer the ball. He's not seen that for a little while. And with that, we will pause
The fully
the
break.
first hydration break here in Toronto today.
Coming back. The fully break. So we can listen to the Alpha. So we just wait for the fully break to be no 2 minutes or 5 minutes. So we just wait for some time to see. see how it goes. Deixa break. Começo. How are you doing today? Hope you guys are good. You are good. Okay. We're back.
From the stands, as well as actually playing this game between these two nations. He was very frustrated to see that goal ruled out. Julian Nagelsmann, to Germany head coach in September 2023, now has a deal running through till after the next European Championships. Already guided Germany to the Euro 2024 quarter-finals, the Nations League semi-finals. There'll be many people tracking where these sides might go next if they were to qualify for the knockouts and who they might face. It's still a bit early to be really doing that, but both in with a real shout of proceeding. Here's Diamande, lovely ball over. Where's it going? It's going in!
Oh!
Group E plays with Côte d'Ivoire were looking for someone to take charge, and up stepped their captain.
Well, we see the threat from Yan Diamande down this left-hand side on a couple of occasions, and he's had a couple bad touches, but this time he gets the ball right into the dangerous area, and Kessié gets it into the back, and then after a good block by the Germans and a great opportunity by Amad Diallo, first of all, blocked on the line. It looked destined to get to Neuer. It doesn't. Kessié bashes it in against the run of play, you could say, certainly possession-wise, but that's the threat that Côte d'Ivoire offer. And they've got on the board first here, and a bit of a surprise in Toronto.
Well, they were victorious on match day one. And as a nation, they have never won 2 matches at a single edition of the World Cup finals.
Germany
Have the
got
lead.
away from.
Thanks to a
Ivory Coast is
beautifully
whipping your hand.
guided strike
Ivory
towards goal.
Coast is whipping you. Ivory Coast is
After all
whipping
the
you.
German press, all the German
Ivory Coast is
play, all the
whipping
German
you.
patience,
Whipping you.
it's Côte d'Ivoire
Whipping
who
you.
have their noses in front.
Ivory Coast is whipping you. Ivory Coast is whipping you.
Antonio Rudiger
Whipping
once
you.
again going through his warm-up routine. I'm not sure what the signal was there from Schlotterbeck towards the bench, whether he is still struggling. So many players, of course, out warming up at the moment because of the size of the squads. The World Cup finals, trying to keep everybody ticking over and ready for action. Those on the field need to be on their toes as well as those going through their paces. Côte d'Ivoire strong in the challenge, driving on and always looking for that little bit of X factor from Diomande. Christ Inau to Cotonou. A chance to attack the box. Once again, Kessié hovering.
I'm surprised that they're giving Diomande as much space. Kimmich is just not close enough to him. He doesn't fancy a one-on-one duel with Diomande, and he's being able to find space on this left-hand side with ease.
Here he is with Joshua Kimmich. Of course, the two of them play in Germany. In terms of club football, Kimmich with Bayern Munich, Diomande with RB Leipzig. Jan Diomande was Bundesliga Rookie of the Year this season just finished, and Joshua Kimmich was saying in the week a year ago hardly anyone knew who he was. Now everyone knows who he is,
Including Kimmich in a big way.
Lovely touch to bring it down. Schlotterbeck, though, guiding it away from Boni, who didn't give up the fight. The concession of that goal from the Côte d'Ivoire captain, Franck Kessié, means that Germany are now 8 matches without a clean sheet. That's their worst run since 1934 to 1954, when they went 9 World Cup matches without keeping the opposition out. To the game in some ways, but a sour note for Julian Nagelsmann in the last few minutes.
That decision for Fofana, obviously a big turning point in this first half.
Julian Nagelsmann is still just 38 years young, the youngest head coach at the World Cup this year, the youngest German head coach ever at a World Cup, beating the record of Franz Beckenbauer, who was just 40 in the 1986 version. Only around 16 months younger than Manuel Neuer, who's out of retirement to play.
He hasn't had an awful lot to do in this tournament, Neuer, except pick the ball out of the net a couple times. No chance on either one. Côte d'Ivoire, a little deflection over top of him. Nice that that country was able to have a moment in that 7-1 defeat.
A moment for Oliver Baumann as well, one of the substitute goalkeepers who played every minute of qualifying. The only German player to do so. And then, as the tournament finals edged closer, well, Neuer it was who got the shout for the gloves. Here's the goal.
Brilliantly worked. Put it into the dangerous area. It looked as though the chance might have gone. It just comes in late and bangs it in on the second opportunity.
Sané back to Kimmich. Jonathan Tah. Pavlovic. Once again. Towards Havertz, but I thought it was going to bobble through towards Fofana. Aguado taking no chances. Performed well in a struggling Wolverhampton Wanderers side in the English Premier League before moving to Turkey to join Besiktas in January. Zane. Havertz trying to peel out wide to get involved a little more. Zane again. Musiala hovering.
Oh, that's good. Musiala.
Worked it well.
Oh, go that way.
He was going to escape from them. Pavlovic. Here just tumbling. Kimmich under pressure. Pavlovic. Well, he goes to ground as gallop forward. Diomande for Bonnet. Looking to bend it.
Oh!
Well,
come. What a save.
Germany's got to be very careful on these breaks because they're attacking with numbers on the counter-attack when they lose possession. It's not Bonnie with a chance. Warrior saves comfortably.
No foul. Strong challenge, but a fair one it would seem. Tristan Konan. Diomande calling for it. It's Sangare who collects. Kosunu, he lost it. Was he fouled?
You score now, who be this?
To go, and Havertz will score.
Offside.
Germany have the ball in the back of the net, and once again, their celebrations are cut short.
What's going on with Germany? Keeper don run comot for goal. You play ball, you dey foul, you wan pass. You pass now, that one go dey offside.
As though there was a foul right there. The referee gets a good look at it and lets play continue. Not sure if he wasn't sure who the contact was initiated by, but then makes a decision after the fact that he waves the goal off. That was a little bit strange, I have to admit.
I suppose the first thing to pick out of that is, in the end, it's the right call, isn't it? It was a foul. Just imagine there was a bit of communication maybe from the assistants to just confirm to the referee that there was contact there. And there was contact there as well on Musiala.
That is supposed to be playing power to power.
Yeah, the officials are certainly going to let play run a little bit because obviously they've got the backup of VAR. If they miss something, so they don't want to hold play back quickly. And there's a good look at the finish, which was found the back of the net for the second time for Germany. Both of them disallowed.
Kimmich over the ball here. With a fair bit of height to aim for. Guided in. Schlotterbeck had a swing. And up and away it goes. And now a breakaway of note, perhaps. A terrific little bit of play, but some strong defending as well to stop Amad Diallo in his tracks.
Bro, be moving fast, be
Last
moving
few minutes of
fast.
the first half here. Both sides giving it everything. Musiala. Wirtz will hit it.
Come on,
Body's
bro.
thrown in the way.
Oh my God, bro.
So in the end, the only
What
thing
be this?
conceded
What be
is a
this? What be this?
Good example of how quickly you have to move the ball, how precise your touch has to be.
Move fast.
Out of your feet. It looks as though the shot's going to be getting on target. Closed down by 3.
I don't want to see
players so
one-sided
quickly.
game like the...
Deflection and another corner for Germany.
Everybody apart from Diamande
As one
back
of
here
the
for Cote
Netherlands.
d'Ivoire. Tar is fighting for it. The strike
I want to see a
hits a
two-sided
fair
goal.
few in the crowd before it
You
is dug
score
away
and
to
score.
safety.
You score bank for bank. Don't want to see one-sided game to be boring.
Throw-in just halted momentarily. As there was a possible check. On we go as Musiala is prevented from getting possession. Super feet from Christian up. And now Diamande. Taking on Brown, who's just for a moment over on this near side. It's worth noting at this point that only one side has conceded the opening goal at this FIFA World Cup finals and gone on to win. That was Korea Republic, match day 1. They went behind to Czechia before emerging victorious by 2-1. Germany more than capable of a recovery, of course, and with plenty of time in which to find their feet in front of goal.
Interesting they brought Brown over to this side because Gibbs was struggling against Diamande, I have to say. It looks as though they're going to stick with that. Gibbs has now moved over to the left back position.
Brown steps in and steps forwards. Of course, he is so effective going forward as well as being part of a defensive quartet.
Yes, and when he makes those runs forward, well, they're going to switch over here again. It's just going to move back into this right back situation. Diamande standing with about an acre of space. It's been electrifying at times in this first half.
Ronnie held it up really well. Ball whipped off his toes, says the referee, and it'll roll the way of Florian Wirtz. Diamande, he tiptoed along the line and just about managed to keep it in. Right in front of his coach, Emes Faye. Bonnie would have been offside had he chased that one down. Germany have had 2 goals that weren't. Therefore, their only attempt on target of the half so far, the 10th minute header from Kai Havertz.
Germany might lose this match as well.
Zane. Took a few to
Now
stop
lose
him.
or draw the game.
Play at least 7 minutes of additional time at the end of this half.
minutes added time in the first half.
It's Mitchell.
Kenny is standing is difficult.
Getting away from Kuna, but Ivory sending it behind. Kimmich.
You cross. You be doing too much in this dramatic.
On its way in. Osunu away. Morris Schlotterbeck.
They spent too much time with the ball dancing around without knowing what to do.
With a powerful effort, repelled by Kosunu.
Just do something fast and quick. Be there dancing around. Go score for me, Ivory Coast. Come on, baby. Come on.
For a fair while showed a clean pair of heels to Germany. But for Felix Metscher, he displayed his athleticism.
Yeah, Metscher showing some pace there. It was going to be an interesting track meet between the two of them. Germany have looked good in build-up and possession. Lacking an end product, and we wondered about that coming into this tournament. Who's going to be the talisman up front that would be able to regularly score goals, or whether they're going to have to mix it around. So far, they've found it difficult to find the back of that legally.
Schlotterbeck. Beautifully done for Brown, who is trying to tuck it into the path of Havertz, it would seem.
Diallo versus Amad Diallo.
Amad Diallo trying to win the ball, having to be a little careful. Germany saying he wasn't. Julian Nagelsmann leading the calls for a penalty or free kick on the cusp of the area from the touchline.
Yeah, let's have a look as he comes in the box. It looks as though if there was any contact, it was outside the box. Took a step and Siala goes down. The referee's well placed. I think he got that one right.
Just adds to the frustration, though, doesn't it, from their point of view? Building when they've had a little bit of control in this half.
Yeah, they'll feel as though they're a little hard done by.
The survivor of the
forget that
people.
when they get back in the game.
Looking to step up the pace, to win a corner of their own after some terrific work from Bonnet, who's been a really good focal point for them so far.
He has, and that, here's another look at the foul potentially on the top of the box, and if there was a foul, it was outside the box. Here's the referee's angle of it. A little bit of a clip, but not a penalty.
Côte d'Ivoire corner. Everyone back for Germany here this time. Wanted away easily by Brown. Bowen being counted down. He's getting dangerously close to point where patience runs out. Diamande just relished this first half, hasn't he? Staying as wide as he can and often getting one-on-one with his German opponent. Christie now stepping up the pace, trying to get it back. Diamande's onto it. Clever dancing feet of his, looking to do some damage and then working hard defensively too.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I mean, he's going to be one of those players, I think, at the end of this tournament, potentially the world's going to know much better and how dangerous he actually can be. Giving Germany fits in the first half at times.
The handball.
Striking the hand of Agbadou there, but would probably fall into the category from years ago of ball to hand. Wirtz, Havertz, Pavlovic, forcefully helped off the ball by Amad Diallo, who's physically not one of the game's big hitters, but put up a good fight there. Wirtz, Pavlovic, and again from Brown. Steps Cotonou. One of the 5 players brought into this Cote d'Ivoire starting lineup today. Space for Metcha.
Just shoot. What's that?
Whether it was a cushioned
People will
touch
make
for
this
Havertz or he
game
was
be
trying to take it with him,
one-sided
only he will
game
know.
Fiji and Netherlands, Libya.
Leroy
Are you
Sané
going to defeat
back on
Conte?
defensive watch.
I want a back-to-back game. I don't want one-sided.
Metcha, Musiala.
Back-to-back. I'm not supporting
Now
nobody,
Havertz.
but I just want to be entertained. Discuss and talk. That's what I
Kimmich.
want. That's why we are here. That's why we are here.
Leroy Sané. Lovely feet. Wirtz dancing through and then just trying to poke it past Fofana.
Just shoot.
Just ran out of
Why
steam
did
at the
dance?
vital moment.
They've come
Bro,
so close.
shoot,
Like I said,
shoot.
their interchanging of positions and their passing in tight quarters has been brilliant at times. It's just the final touch, the final effort that has in trouble Fofana.
That
Yeah,
is half-time, and the feeling is one of frustration for Germany. It's Cote d'Ivoire's game as we reach the break. Frank Kessier's
We'll be
finished
back.
the difference. Germany enjoying an element of control, frustrated by 2 goals
back.
being disallowed, and by a
Yeah.
disciplined Cote d'Ivoire defence.
I
At
see
the
you in
break,
the
the Africans lead. Germany 0, Cote
Yeah,
d'Ivoire
good.
1.
Uh-huh.
Be prepared to be straight into the heat of the battle with such experience as well as defensive nous. These two sides were originally scheduled to meet in a pre-tournament friendly, but the fixture was cancelled after they were drawn in the same World Cup group. Both expected to do well in said group. Côte d'Ivoire at the moment with their noses in front in the game and the table. Mecha with the clearance, taken down beautifully by Wirtz. Havertz's pass, though, not quite finding its target. Looking for a bright start to the second half through Gistan Konar. Might have done himself some damage in striking that ball. Looking for his first international goal.
Jamie is doing everything possible. Oh, sorry.
Wilfried Singo. He played his part defensively and offensively in that first half. Franck Kessié, the match winner-elect, albeit with a fair while to go. Musiala towards Havertz, met by a pair of Agbadou and Sangare. I wonder what he said, how he said it, what he might have up his sleeve in terms of tactical tweaks and personnel changes. It's what he's known for after all. Brown, Musiala, and still, and it very nearly sneaked into the corner.
Yeah, Germany on the front foot here. Second half gets in a decent possession, cuts in, and just the space closes down so incredibly fast.
Joshua Kimmich standing over this corner. Wirtz. Kimmich again looking for a better angle. Fofana right underneath that. Taking command this time. Kessié's ball. Singo. Back for Yaya Fofana. Chased down by Havertz. Neatly done. Agbadou sending Konar away. Looking for Bonny, who's managed to take it with him. Montantara right at his back. Diomande stopped by Mecha.
That was brilliant passage of play, really was, from Côte d'Ivoire, playing through a press of the Germans brilliantly well and opening up some space for themselves going forward.
Worth pointing out that Antoine Bonny up top, it's his full international debut today. 2 caps previously, both as a substitute. Actually switched allegiance from France to Côte d'Ivoire only in May. Born in Paris. Made his debut one of the pre-tournament friendlies, the victory against France. Led the line really well in this opening 50 minutes or so. He's one of those ahead of Franck Kessié here. Amad Diallo. Kessié again with room.
Whoa!
Germany a little casual in defence for a moment there.
You would have thought they would have come out in the second half with a bit of a skip in their step and try to get at Cote d'Ivoire, but in the reality, it's the other way around. Cote d'Ivoire looks much more comfortable in the early parts of the second half, and you got to think that Germany is going to make some changes here, at least on the hour. I would expect Nagelsmann to tinker with the squad as he is known to do.
It's been one of the criticisms, perhaps, of Julian Nagelsmann, the fact that he changes things around an awful lot, which of course can be a positive as well. Beautifully done. Super feet from Cristiano.
Cross pass. It's Amad Diallo.
And in Cristiano hits
Oh, it's got the ball.
managed to scoop it instead of slotting it.
Put ball down.
Another example, though,
Let
of
that
how Cote
ball.
d'Ivoire are taking the second half to Germany.
Bro,
Yeah, they're not afraid anymore. If there was any fear coming into this match of what the Germans could do to them, that's gone. They play with unbelievable confidence, and now they seem to be more confident getting bodies forward in the attacking zone than they were even in the first half. Germany really struggling to get into this game.
Another great example of the ability of Cristiano Ulay, 20-year-old, plays for Trabzonspor. Pavlovic, Leroy Sané.
just shoot for them now, BGs. This lot of that, sir.
To repel the scooped pass.
They give you ball, nobody they attack you. You just dey near a 3-yard box. You see they pass. Bro,
Trying to slide it through from
let them lose. Let them lose.
This kind of situation, you have to be patient if you're Germany, but you also have to keep the pace high, don't you?
Yeah, you certainly do. You're expecting Germany to step it up.
Only won one of their last 9 World Cup matches when they've been behind at half-time. That was against Sweden back in 2018. Sané trying to help it on its way. Wirtz will keep it alive.
If they always pass, this Floribert not the sabi score goal. If they always pass, still see you dey side 3-yard box, they cross come. Wipe on head and go. You see they pass. Why this guy be like this? If they fear to play short or if they fear to score goal. Ha. Now they lose, you they get opportunity, they waste all of them.
Amad Diallo as well. Diallo once more.
It will not be possible for you to shoot now, you
Single
pass, no
outside him.
problem. What be your day where you say you fit try something, they fear,
He is
make them not say
collecting
na
from
you spoil ball.
Kessié.
You never ready, oh. You are not ready. You are not ready. You are not ready.
Diallo happy to try and run Brown, who just got a toe to it. Found a way through though, and Kessié just lost control of it. The touch wasn't quite tight enough.
Yeah, that was exactly the problem. Good play again on this side. First half, we saw more play probably from Cote d'Ivoire on the left. It's coming down the right-hand side with a lot of space. The touch got away from him, and the chance goes missing.
Great example of how Mecha is so important defensively too for the Germans. Corner is a hefty one. Diomande taking the law and indeed Pavlovic into his own hands. That was very nearly straight into the path of Diallo. It's picked up here by Singo. Germany certainly haven't started this second half in the way you would expect. Not playing the polished football that you associate with that shirt. Tristan Kuna. Bonnie's in the middle. Amad Diallo joining. And Brown perhaps just did enough.
What if it is? What if it? What?
Regathered here by Singo.
Cross.
Christie now to Amad Diallo to Singo once again. Sangare decides to set off. And again. Oh, and it's going to land at the feet
Oh,
of
who be
Diamande,
this one? Wait till
who's
they your
done
leg.
pretty much everything else right today, other than that.
Wait till he play.
Yeah, the coach looking along there, thinking that's not a bad chance at all. Fell quite nicely at the top of the box. Player has had a ton of space either on the left side or even at the
What
top
if
of
it
the
is?
box.
What?
Nobody seems to be wanting to pick him up, and he's been so incredibly dangerous for Côte d'Ivoire.
Leroy Sané. This was the target. Try again with Kimmich. Sané. Rudiger. Tar. For Musiala, who's just peeled away. Rudiger fancies this. Well, from there, from him, that would have been special had it found the top corner.
Yeah, and I think those are good opportunities to take those chances. Try to just make Côte d'Ivoire think about it a little bit, because there's been some times I think Germany could have pulled the
Yes,
trigger
now,
from
they
distance.
passed
Maybe
too
not
much.
quite that far as
Let's
Rudiger
not
did,
leave
but
Laurent
shows you
Vert.
the
He
ability he
passed
has
too
in a
much.
strike. But
You try some PS. Don't pass,
It's
pass,
just
pass.
really
You let
surprising
us
from the German
they
side.
do pass, pass. You know they work.
looks
And I
susceptible
know they do
even
crossing.
defensively.
And I know they do shooting.
Offensively, they just
Just want to do pass, pass, pass. Enter inside goal.
Antonio Rudiger, just the 3 international goals in 84 caps, including today, so perhaps asking a fair bit to score from there. But you only really remember them if they go in. Wirtz. Pavlovic. Back for Rudiger.
I still prefer this one than the Netherlands.
Played all 3 of the
So that one
matches
was
at the
just
2022 World Cup finals. As did
Now
Kimmich and
1-0, they are too
Manuel
strong
Neuer.
late. There's 2 times for
Every
them
minute
to
those 3
score,
plays.
then will be 1-1. There's 2 times for Côte d'Ivoire to score,
Sané.
2-1. So something like that. That's
Havertz
what
in
I
the middle.
need.
A few
Not
others as well.
one-sided, one person will just force his goal.
Captain Kimmich.
Bro, it's not the World Cup.
Singo more
4-5
up than away.
people.
Here's Musiala, just
Like,
taken away from him by Amad Diallo.
change is imminent for Germany. 3 on the sideline waiting to come into this game.
That will change the attacking dynamic for sure, once we've seen this German corner. In from Kimmich. Fofana comfortable. Havertz on the ground. And so he will get some attention. As indeed attention is turning to the sidelines. Just a bump in the crowd. So the first to leave the field as Havertz is picking himself up is Leroy Sané. We're also going to see Pavlovic exit. And Musiala as well.
why they remove Musiala now? No, nah.
Leveling, Undav and Amiri, the 3 to join the action.
There is still time, don't worry, it's just 1-0.
Interesting to
So
see Musiala taken off.
you have like 30 minutes to do what you need
Someone
to do,
who-
just to score one.
Germany
So
so
become.
often turn to. Shouts for a foul, but no whistle. Côte d'Ivoire emerge with it. Wirtz. Singo is down here, but Germany will continue, as is their right.
Hey,
The
who
strike
be
from Ivory
this?
only just on. Just keeps on rising.
What be this? What be this?
Number 9 play ball. Every crowd, everybody they laugh for crowd. How are you a number 9? You play that kind of ball. Where you send her go?
Kessier not too happy with the fact that the game was allowed to go.
Yeah, it looked like a foul. Still looks like a foul. The newcomer coming on the pitch early wasn't seen by the referee. And Côte d'Ivoire a little upset with that. See what kind of reaction we'll see from the Germans now with those changes.
Jamie 10 at 10. 2
Good
on
opportunity
target.
for the players coming
Côte
on.
d'Ivoire 8 at 10. 2 on target. Bro.
In the meantime, it's Diomande
This
to
statistic.
Singo back on his feet. He set up Amad Diallo for the added time winner against Ecuador last time out. As it stands, Côte d'Ivoire will be 6 points from 6, 2 wins from 2, and into the knockout stages. Germany with a fair bit of time to change that, though. Leveling. Havertz. And they were tight to him. Fair bit of physical play going on, a fair bit allowed to go. And Singo sees that off the head of Unda.
Good defensive work by Singo. Ball didn't have enough pace on it. Gave him a lot of time to adjust his feet and safely put that one out for another German corner.
Germany do now have a striker on the field in Dennis Undav. 7 goals in his last 7 caps. One of those trying to make his presence felt in the middle here. In from Kimmich. Fofana came and missed it.
What?
And he's relieved to see it bounce
What?
the wrong side of the post from Germany's point
What?
of view.
He likes to come for crosses and
That
take the
means that
pressure
ball.
off his
Now
defenders. This one he doesn't really get anywhere near it.
Oh.
Havertz at the back post couldn't direct that
I'm
one on
sorry
target.
for Germany. They keep missing chances upon chances upon chances. And they
The
have
openings
scored 2
are
goals in the
there
first half. The
sporadically.
both goal was
Are
disallowed.
not being taken by the 4-time world champions. Germany 10th in the current FIFA World Rankings. Côte d'Ivoire sitting in 34th spot. They were as high as 12th back in 2013. The African side, of course, Germany have been number 1 before. Bodies strewn across the field here, including Amiri, who's only just come on. He has stayed down, while a couple of others have regathered themselves.
Cross now.
That will be Fofana's.
Good shout from the goalkeeper. Calling off his defenders. Easy grab from in the end, but could be panic stations without a shout. Here's a little look here. Here they're knocking on a knee, but he seems to be okay.
Player who played under now Germany boss Julian Nagelsmann at Hoffenheim in the first team and in the youth team. Made his first international start for Germany, March of 2025, which was his first German cap for some 4.5 years. Kimmich. Fatah. Brown.
These people pass too much. They too dey wan pass.
Germany a corner.
Wetin una dey play? What are you two playing?
A little bit better from Germany, a little more energy
You
for
pass
sure.
too
Some
much.
decent passes and looking for that one
And they
penetrating
pass
pass to
little
break
nowhere.
open Courtois, but they've been tough cookie to
Come
crack.
on.
A little bit of sorting out to do here in the middle. Has been a physical game so far. And Gabriel Benitez, the referee, allowing as much to go as he can. Fofana electing to punch this time, and he stayed down.
This Cote d'Ivoire keeper, these guys are big do wayo. Every minute, every second, the guy dey fall.
Well, there are a fair few thousand supporting Germany frustrated at the fact that he's on the floor. Franck Kessié, though, is frustrated that the free kick wasn't given to his goalkeeper for this.
Yeah, Fofana, like I said, he's not afraid to come for crosses.
How is that even a free kick or a foul? How? What? Now your own man jam you.
If anything, it was contact with his own player.
Your own player jam you. Who you want me to give free kick to?
German fans aren't happy. This referee's not letting a lot of that physical activity go. Is certainly when it comes to the goalkeeper. Anything touched on Fofana has been called, and that's got to be incredibly frustrating for Germany.
Mersfay, the
This
head coach, a determined and positive character who said pre-tournament, I'm not going to the United States for a holiday. I'm a competitor. My objective is to go as far as possible. Why not win it, he says. Why not indeed?
Go meet your player. At your first guy, you dey do like this. They do like this, like say you want that.
Ball in towards Havertz and
Let me go. Round of applause. Let's see whether Ediko's keeper go pretend again. That thing wey they do just now, I wan see whether I go repeat am again. Wey be say any small thing e go just fall, begin dey do hard like this. Now wey game don be 1-1, I wan see whether I go repeat that shit again. Now the game is on. Let's go. The game is on. I wan see whether I go repeat that thing again. You see your wayo now, e don over you.
Fofana makes himself as big as possible, but he finds the top of the net. And the substitution pretty quickly. Nagelsmann obviously delighted and a bit of relief as well.
Dennis Undaf.
I wan see whether their keeper go misbehave again now because e don too much for am since. More than 3 times. I no dey support any of una, but play good football. Now the game is on. 1-1. I love this. I love this. God damn it.
Nagelsmann on the touchline. Maybe feel this is a platform from which Germany can build.
He do too much. He do too much.
Some might say that's what happens when you have a striker on the
Then we
field.
go physically go with them at the headset.
Here's Havertz. It's bounced off Singo and Fofana just about gathers.
He don dey run now. Me wan see where all those things wey dey do since wey dem dey win, whether I go do am again. Me wan see am.
And it was special. It was a great cross.
Every time you go just then nothing go touch you. Yeah, do like this. I want to die. I want to. Baba, they don score you now. It be now. Now that they have scored, the game is 1-1. Will you do that again? Yes or no?
Has been going towards the Cote d'Ivoire goal.
Now I'm enjoying this game. Before it just dey boring because Cote d'Ivoire keeper dey misbehave, dey do shit wey I no like. E be like wetin South Africa keeper come dey do for AFCON that time. Yes, now when they follow Nigeria play, any small thing go your like that, go your like that. Any small thing go your like that. So with Angola keeper, we go your like that. Don't do wayo, play game, play. Wan know why you play game.
Rudiger. A nice ball and a cushioned cross which nearly fell to goal scorer Undaf. That goal from the German substitute, the first attempt on target in the second half from either side. And with the scores level, we will break for the hydration break in the second half.
I love this game now. I love this game now. Before Ivory Coast keeper be say he could just they misbehave. Any small thing, he go just lie down for ground. I know they like those kind of games. But if you sabi play ball, no wahala. Oh yeah, put am for ground, play. Or any small thing touch you, you don't lie down, they raise hand, they shout. Then if they can't stop the game now, you can't get up. Now wey they don score you now, the game na 1-1. Make I see that same behavior o. I wan see you behave that same behavior. If you not behave that same behavior, you know me. You know me. Your man no touch ground. The cooling break take longer. It's supposed to be 1 or 2 minutes. Why cooling break always take 5 minutes? It's too long, bro. You just want to do more hard. Now you people want to be serious. Be playing shit. Where is your keeper? The one that is be sleeping. He be doing like this. Be doing like this. The moment the referee your blow, he will all get up. The referee your blow, he go all get up. If you see say jam a whole ball, then he fall. Yeah, he do like this. He do like this. The referee now, he supposed to understand. Say this guy now wayo. Anytime he fall again, leave him. Anytime he fall again, leave him. Adigra.
3 very able replacements. Simon Adingra, Nico Fofana, Evan Guesson come on in their place. Well, 15 minutes of the 90 remain. plus whatever is tagged on to the end.
Jamie 38 minutes to score from the 30
Those
minutes.
fresh-legged
of Ivory
Cote
Coast.
d'Ivoire substitutes
Bro,
could make a difference going forward.
I like this game now.
And Guesson,
If Ivory Coast
particularly in
keeper
an
try that
attacking
way they
sense.
do, if he tire again, man, no way. No, not just the watch. If he
steps for
tire
Fana
again,
on
man,
a
no way.
yellow card. One of 3 players in the Cote d'Ivoire ranks who would be suspended for the last group game if they were booked again today. Haven't seen a card here yet this afternoon in the 76 minutes we've played.
Very nice to for every year.
Crowd of over 43,000 here. Full house inside the Toronto Stadium. They will have enjoyed what they've seen so far, largely, albeit
This lot of
supporters
bets,
from either side will want to see a winner for their
This
respective
guy,
nation.
see, that one don't see like that for
Yes.
granted.
Was he fouled? Referee says no. Congo Cote d'Ivoire with Singo.
He good like that. One for Cote d'Ivoire down, one for Germany down. He good. Make the big ground. They are wayo want too much for this game. I like this referee. I like this referee. He not even dey mad their papa. But the only person wey dey listen to na goalkeeper. Anything make that goalkeeper help for a goal. You see all these players wey wan do wayo.
Kimmich underneath that one. This is levelling. Jonathan Tah steps forward here, looking for Wirtz. German options flooding forward. Nice swift turn from Brown. Guesson now to lead the counter charge, helped by Diomande. 4 forward in this Cote d'Ivoire counter. Make that 5 now.
Yeah, Diomande has moved over to this right-hand side. He's been very quiet in the second half, considering how busy he was in the first half. And with all the space that he had, they managed to close that down, Germany, well. We shifted over on the right-hand side. See if we can find some space and take on Brown this time, as opposed to Kimmich most of the time in the first half.
Agbadou and Kessié. Back here to Cossonu. Fofana happy to slow it down. Christ Inau with possession and just drawing the foul from Mecha.
Does a nice job running in front, cutting in front of the German player there and getting pulled down, drawing the contact.
Wonder if we'll see Nick Woltemade. Germany look to change things up once more. Such an imposing figure. Diamande's ball through, fended off by Wirtz and Tah. Singo grabbing his hamstring and infuriating the German players by rolling back onto the field, but he's got an issue here that needs sorting out.
Nagelsmann's having a go at the 4th official, but in all honesty, he would want his player to do exactly the same thing. In a case like this, you want to get treatment on the field. You don't want to be just running off and leaving yourself short. Actually, smart play by the player to come back into the field to play, although frustrating as it is by Singu. Good battle against Havertz and Singu, both very strong in possession and in the defense, and there goes the hamstring.
Yeah, just had to walk the ball out of play, didn't he, knowing he needed some help, and he has left the field. With a substitute being frantically prepared. Looks like it's going to be Gela Doué.
Yeah, because they know what they do.
But for now, Côte d'Ivoire down
Both
to
the
10.
player and the keeper, they know what they do.
That struck the referee.
They do everything possible just to waste
heading
time.
towards
If German want
Mitchell.
attack.
Referee's not making a lot of friends amongst the German fans, that's for sure. He's just in amongst it. Even when it hits him, they're going to give him a boo. It's a tough job, though, and he's doing an okay job for the most part. Although I still will go back on that one goal that was disallowed for Germany on the goalkeeper, Fofana, I thought was a bit soft.
Here's a dinger for Côte d'Ivoire with Seko Fofana ahead of him. Evan Guesson as well. Breaks kindly for him. And for Diamande here. The numbers firmly in Germany's favour. Free kick. Foul by Wirtz.
I guess Ivory Coast now, they want to make the draw.
Wirtz's club, Liverpool.
Ivory Coast want to make the draw.
Diamande. On the change now, we'll see Gela Doué.
Ivory Coast want to make, because everything that they do, they indicate say they don't want to make the draw.
Looks in a fair bit of pain. And he will know if that's serious, that there's very little coming back in a hurry from a hamstring problem. We wish him well. It's awful to see a player leave a World Cup match like this in obvious distress. The most obvious one of this tournament so far, Canada's Ismail Kone. And what was otherwise a terrific day for his nation. In towards Guesson. And dealt with by Tar.
Dahl loves defending, and he's very good at it, and you're going to have to do something very special to break that down. And there's a look at Singu, who's devastated from what looks to be a muscle pull, hamstring.
So innocuous, wasn't it, as well?
So was Kone's for Canada. It was very strange, and the result was tragic.
Very busy in the middle. Up and away via Havertz. Might have struck the arm of Doué in the box. As it is, they've worked it out, Germany, until Seko Fofana got stuck in. Here he is again, swiveling and hitting one with a fair bit of venom. Undaf.
What did Jamie call the play now? They just start to play rubbish. Now 1-1.
Just thinking there about what
Then they
might have
say
been
that
for
they
him.
win.
Second effort from Diamande to win that possession back. He looks a little bit tired, I have to say.
He's going to be replaced here. Nicolas Pepe. A far more experienced replacement for a player who's really caught the eye at times today and in match day one and throughout the season, saying that he plays every game in memory of his younger sister who passed away a year ago, aged just 15, spurring him on to succeed. It's the end for Kai Havertz with Leon Goretzka, his replacement. Pepe. 5 minutes to play. Plus whatever is added on. More than enough time for the outcome to be altered here.
Bah, shoot! Correct! Try something like that.
So often
I like it.
that eye for goal.
I like it. I like
to
it.
shoot from anywhere, and especially with the confidence of the first goal, and
Do something like that.
just in general, why not have a shot? Some really good, interesting momentum changes in this game as well, with the tactical changes and substitutes that have come on for both sides. Now Cote d'Ivoire really balanced things out with a couple important substitutes themselves, the players that were tiring, legs who were getting heavy, and that's probably why we didn't see much of Diomande in the second half. He was legless, put a good shift in the first half.
There will be a fair bit of clamour, perhaps for Dennis Undav to start the next Germany game. Bearing in mind he scored today, played 26 minutes last time out, scored one and set up two, as Emmers Faye gets a bit of a talking to. And his staff as well. Undav incidentally celebrates his 30th birthday on the day of the final, and you often look for moments like that. It's a bit of an omen, maybe. A lot of football to be played before that, incidentally. Foul on Mitch.
We mentioned about the, it's a lot of football to play, but watch teams in the past that have gone on to do well in tournaments. They grow into games. They don't necessarily have to play brilliant football right out of the gates. You just have to work yourself into it and become efficient as the tournament goes on. You saw a good example 4 years ago with Argentina losing the opening game to Saudi Arabia.
In from Brown, athletically away from Seko Fofana. And now the break. Pepe with plenty of room, and with two to look for in the middle maybe, and there's plenty of space here.
Who be this? Oh, Adigra. What?
You had the game at your feet.
What be this? What be this?
Jesus, this boy with this boy, this boy now,
So
Tele.
easy to say from up here, but it seemed such a simple decision.
Who they trap that kind of ball? Who they trap that kind of ball? Now let you they trap. But wait, as they don't put ball for your phone. If they roll, they call. Baba Naka enter go. Oh,
Take a touch, and the opportunity closed down quickly.
this guy now, Tele. Everyone.
He's holding his hands to his head at the moment, just thinking exactly that.
But when you say go back as they call, if they trap her, how?
It's a World Cup.
Oh, how these
Goes in,
people
you're a
do
hero.
the thing contest?
Wits. Brown! Fine save for Fofana. A really strong hand to claw that one away.
Oh.
Brilliant goalkeeping. That's why his coach thinks he's one of the best, if not the best, African
And they give her
goalkeeper
number
of all
10
time.
shirt. Adigra. Number 10 shirt. See what you play.
He's had a few concerning moments today at times, but that was a super bit of work with the gloves.
Yeah, brilliant, great body shape, the way he squared up to it. It was really well struck. Talk about it's the World Cup. You're going to be a hero if you strike in the back of the net. That was kind of one of those examples, but the goalkeeper was up to it.
Nicely done by Guesson. This is Seko Fofana with Pepe, a very willing runner, but two in German colours doing likewise. I tell you what, maybe Manuel Neuer's heart rate picked up a little after that back pass from Jonathan Tah.
But Nana this game. Nana this game sweet. They all the cheat us
Who wants
since.
to win it here?
All the one where they all the play since na crap.
Both sides going for it as the clock ticks down.
You know you're having a pretty good game in net when the fans start booing. Here's a good shot, a good angle of the brilliant save by Fofana. Well struck, well saved.
Incidentally, the breakaway here, this is where it could have all
Yeah,
changed for Cote
but wait
d'Ivoire.
for your play once. You go the trapper.
Couldn't have been laid on much better.
Undaf.
You pass now, time not there, shoot.
To look for Ivory.
Oh,
Well, he tried to place it,
Oh my
but he
God,
didn't get
man.
enough
Oh,
on it.
hell no,
And
man.
didn't
What
get the
the
right
fuck,
angle
man?
to
How did
tackle.
get your ass on, boy? You ain't get your goddamn ugly ass on.
Get this on net in the bottom corner. In the end, it's a comfortable save for Fofana. This is end to end. Who's going to be the winner?
Well, substitutes have had a big say in this tournament so far. A goal from Deniz Undav, the 21st goal scored by a substitute at this World Cup finals. There were only 23 goals by substitutes in the group stage of the last World Cup. And bear in mind, a lot of nations here have only played one game so far. Plenty more potential interventions to come. And maybe one here. Mecha. Back here eventually to Kimmich. Into the 6 additional minutes. And Fofana once again claiming comfortably. Casually forward to Kessié. It's Côte d'Ivoire ball. He's the latest to just grab the back of that right leg. That will be a real concern if he were to really pick up a nasty one. And they're overtaking Didier Drogba in terms of caps today for Côte d'Ivoire. A big day for him, and he scored, of course. Free kick for the foul on Wirtz.
anybody who score now is the winner. You score, you win. You score, you win. This is the game I need. Not that boring game, one-sided game. This is how I like it. You attack, I attack. You attack, I attack. Everybody.
Kimmich. Wirtz. Deft touch for Brown. He was
They know
searching
the
for Undaf.
issue.
Wirtz again. Amiri hovering to help. This is Tar.
Jamie score. Jamie
Mecha.
score. Jamie score.
Whizzing into-
Goal!
The bench.
Yes. Yes.
To send
Yes.
Germany through to the knockout stages.
Yes. Yes. Because Ivory Coast doesn't do rubbish since. I know they support any of the two teams, but since where Ivory Coast here they win 1-0. Oh, especially that they are keeper. Begin to behave like they don't like that.
He is the German game changer.
And he scored the 2 goals. Bro, he scored a brace, number 26. I like this guy. You know they take time till they follow now they do all those useless dribble.
And the touch was perfect, and the shot was like a split second after the touch that was laid into him. It sets up the second touch, and the finish is
You
difficult.
see the way they play ball, one touch, second touch na go.
With power from
One
close
touch,
range.
second touch na go.
Onside.
The first goal, na so you see they
What
score.
a goal that is. That is
One touch,
top
second
quality
touch,
finishing
go.
from the substitute that has changed everything for Germany.
One touch, second touch, go. Abi yo dey dribble, give me, I give you. Baba play ball enter goal. This Adigra, na he score Côte d'Ivoire again. Côte d'Ivoire suppose not score goal that time. Dey
And
play
Cote
ball
d'Ivoire
come
will
meet
think
ball dey
very
come meet
much
you
about
dey
what
run come
might
meet
have
ball
been,
just
in
send am go
particular,
back to
Simon
goal
Adingra.
you dey trap am
This touch
you
is
trap
just, I just can't get
ball
over
wey
how
dey roll
good it
come
is.
meet ball dey come like
It
this
just
e
absolutely
dey come
whistled
like
into
this
him. He shapes up.
shey e suppose just send am go back e come
And the
trap
touch
am
was perfect.
na
I
dey
guess it
collect
says
am
something
from
to
am
finish.
na German don score
Is there time for Cote d'Ivoire to
when you feel
get
say you
back
wan
into this
defeat
match?
person na so e
They'll
be
be absolutely
German don
devastated.
win wetin you wan
Being that
do
they
again
played very well and they might come away with nothing.
their keeper no dey fall again o since wey German take score that Ivory Coast keeper no ever fall again e no ever do like this again e no fall e no gree do like this again since wey German take score e no sabi do like this again o
His
were
frustration at
lele
not being played at times.
wan play wayo for football
They will be
game don finish
screaming for him to start
I like am
when Germany play next.
I like am
Now you'd be a brave
play
coach
football
not to start
without
him in the next
no
match.
wayo
You
no
really would.
barrier play football ọkàn yẹ kọ́ dey do rubbish wey you no understand there.
He's so strong as well. Like possession. He's thick, muscular, physical, and can most importantly finish.
Na so
It's a Cote
just dey
d'Ivoire
plan
ball.
to win I like how
Germany
wetin
just
Germany dey
want
do
the
now
whistle.
na Cote d'Ivoire first start am now na Germany dey play ball dey to win anywhere dem just see dem vulor am go anywhere I like am if ball come plan go inside crowd
Full time after the embarrassment of group stage exits in Russia and Qatar. The knockout stages beckon for Germany in
I like it.
2026 with a game to spare two.
I like am
After dismantling Curacao, they dug in against Cote d'Ivoire, and it's substitute Denis Undav who makes
I like
the
am
difference.
I like am
Germany 2, Cote d'Ivoire 1.
I like am
A thriller of a match here at Toronto Stadium, guys. Just a quick thought, Jason,
I like that.
on what it feels like to be inside the stadium.
Such an electric atmosphere. Dove scored
I like
the
that.
winner. The roof nearly came off of Toronto Stadium. I would say there's 80 to 90%
The way
German
they started
fans
number
here.
10
They
give.
came to see a party
Way
and
they
to have
trap
a
ball we
party, and that's
supposed to.
exactly what they got in the end.
I mean, I think they had
What were you
drums. The
supposed to
singing
say?
was
Start going, go
significantly
to tap
louder.
am.
It was fantastic. Just like a fantastic atmosphere. I love at Toronto Stadium.
Okay,
how
see you
close the
guys
fans are to the pitch as
later
well. It really
for
does
the
feel
next
really
match.
intimate, very loud, but very
Peace
intimate.
out.
No, the atmosphere was incredible, and I think the German fans really pushed